Hey y'all, hey my tribe, welcome to the huddle. I'm sorry I'm late. I was talking, my granddaughter from California called me. She just turned 22, and when my grandkids call or my daughters call, all bets are off. Family first, that's my policy. So I'm making this now. This is the Katt Williams review. I spent most of the day listening to it, bits and pieces, and I was making notes and everything to try to get to the points that I think kind of went over people's heads. I'm not sure. I'm not saying I'm smarter than anyone. I'm just saying I wanted to elaborate, go a little deep into to what I think he was saying, just my opinion. As far as he was saying when he was talking about liars, I think Shannon asked him, he said that people came on Shannon's show and lied. And he said, well, why would they lie? He said, I don't know. Why do people lie? And I do know why people lie. At least in my opinion. People lie to either cover their asses or to make others look bad. That's the only two reasons they lie. And I can tell you with my ex-husband of 26 years, he still lies. And we've been divorced for 21 years. And he's still rewriting history. My mom did the same thing. She, rewrote history every chance she got because they want to make me look bad. They want to make the person, their enemy, look bad. And they want to cover their ass because they know they did wrong. And they don't want to take responsibility for it. So that's why liars lie. Now, I know he brought out a lot of detail, and some people might say he was being petty. Katt Williams was being petty when he was bringing out the details and things. But when you're trying to defend yourself and trying to take apart that person's lie, you have to be petty. You have to go into details, because that's the only way you're going to make the other person see, the other person you're talking to, that they talked to and told this lie to, where you're coming from. You have to take down the detail. It's not about being petty. It's about getting to the truth. Now, when Shannon told, asked Katt Williams, weren't you afraid when you left home? He said, everybody's afraid. We're all afraid. But you pray to God. You trust that God is going to lead you in the right direction, and you follow his direction. And that's so true. We're all afraid to try new things, to get out of our comfort zone. Sometimes you always have a choice, right? So I'm not going to say sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes you're leaving just to save your own life, which is what I did when I got a divorce. I left that marriage to save my own life. So did I have a choice? Sure, I had a choice. I could have stayed and endured and ended up dying of stress or alcoholism or something, because I was drinking a lot because I was trying to calm my nerves, not realizing that he was the source of my nerves, and anyway. Now, I love it when Katt Williams said that there's two sides. There's God's side, and then there's the other side. And it's up to you what you choose. You're going to choose to go God's way and save your integrity and save your virginity and or whatever you're trying to protect. You're trying to protect your soul, basically. Are you going to sell out or not? That's the decision you have to make. Is it worth it? Are you willing to sell your integrity to become rich and famous? I'm not. Are you ready? Are you willing to compromise your soul? And when I mean your soul, it's like your whole being, your whole identity, to become something that you're not. Why do you think a lot of rich people end up on drugs? Because they're trying to not think about what they did to get there. I also love the way Katt went into detail of how the business works, the ins and outs of comedy, how he went into detail when he made Money Mike. How he paid attention to every detail of the way he walked, the way he dressed, the things he would and would not do, and how he completely developed that character and wrote the character. It's very important, of course, when you writers say, and I believe this, and I've written some things, writers say that when you write something that's very personal, it's your baby. So are you going to protect your baby or let someone tear your baby apart? I mean, think about it. Would you let someone tear your child apart? No. That's something you created, something you nurtured, something you developed. And you shouldn't just give it away and let someone tear it to pieces. I think Katt's biggest issue is that he does not appreciate people taking shortcuts. And that's why he talks about the gatekeepers, how, these are the same. If you look at it closely, which most people don't, there's like 5 or 6 people in Hollywood that hold that gate. They don't want to call themselves gatekeepers, but they are. They either let you in or keep you out. And all he's saying is let's have a equal playing field. And if you're not as talented as I am, drop off. Get out of the way. And that's the way it should be. It's that way in sports. It should be that way in comedy and in acting and everywhere. You should be able to compete. You should be able to have a fair play at it. Not, someone goes and does some sexual act for someone famous and all of a sudden they're getting all the money and all the roles and the other person isn't because they're not willing to do a sexual act. It shouldn't be that way. Now, I love the way he said that he does not, the comics that he works with, the comics that he takes along with him to do shows, I love the way he said that he doesn't make them be subservient to him like other people do, and you know who I'm talking about. I think that deserves much respect because people should be able to be free to come and go as they please. If you're working with me, if I'm Katt Williams, you're working with me and we're doing our tours and stuff, and for any reason you decide that, I'm not going to go on this tour, fine. That's fine. I'll get somebody else. You should have the freedom, not that, you're signed a contract with me, you have to go with me. No, everyone should be free. And that goes for movie roles in Hollywood. That's the problem they had in the old Hollywood, where they would sign a contract and then they weren't free to go to other studios to do any movie they wanted to. And it took them a long, hard time to get out of that because they want to keep you as slaves. They want to keep you as in bondage. We shouldn't be in bondage. And that's what I don't think most people see that's what he's complaining about. He's not being a gossiper. He's not being petty. He's not being a backstabber. He's simply telling the truth. And he just wants equality. Let's just, let's be fair about this. He said, now I didn't understand until the second time I listened to it, his big beef with Kevin Hart is that they gave him the scripts first. And when he wanted to defend the integrity of the black man, he said, no, well, can we take this part out? Can we take this other part out? I can make it just as funny. Just take these parts out. And they said, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And then they walked away and gave the part to Kevin Hart. Why? Because he was willing to do all those things. He wasn't worried about the black man's integrity. And Katt was. And it's like you get punished for doing something good, something moral, something stand up. You get punished for doing the right thing. I appreciate the way he talked about Bernie Mac. I love Bernie Mac. I think he was real, and I feel that people were able to see how real he was. Open and honest, a good man. And how Steve Harvey went behind his back to call the producer or the director of Ocean's 11 and said, I can do it better and for less money. What the hell? And he calls himself his friend? Are you kidding me? What a backstabbing bastard. And then he also I heard he did the same thing on that movie Guess Who with Ashton Kutcher. He went in there, he called the producer and said, hey, I can do that role. Why do you have to step into someone's space? Okay, if you wanted to audition for it, you can call and say, hey, can I audition for that? Or you hear the cast call or whatever, and you can go and audition for it. Of course, if they offered the role to Bernie Mac, well then, let it be. Why can't you just be happy for other people? I'm happy for anyone that's succeeding. And I hope they'll be happy for me. But I understand that I'm a separate individual. I don't need to step on your face to feel better about myself. We can both try out for you try out for the best thing, and may the best man win or best woman win. No problem. And if you won, well then congratulations. I have no resentments towards a competition. It is what it is. If you're funnier than I am and more competitive than I am, or you're, you competed better, you performed better, fine. It is what it is. Maybe I can learn something from you and apply it to my next gig. I'm only halfway through the second go through, so I'm going to do a part 2 on this coming up. But thank you for coming to the huddle, and wait for part 2 tomorrow. Thank you, and thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope you got something out of this.